What's going on, guys? It's White here from Team Cardfighters United, and as one of you requested, I'm going to be doing a combo video for my Granblue MistRose deck, which is the deck that I main. Before I get into the combos, I have made a couple adjustments to my G-Zone as of late because of the 16 card G-Zone update, along with some cards that were released. I don't have my full 16 card G-Zone yet because I still need 3 more G-Guardians, but besides what I already had, I've added 1 Seabreeze, which is the one that's Counterblast 2, and basically you can stride him when your opponent's still on grade 2, if they stayed on there instead of riding. And I run 1 of Screw, and the lineup I'm going to be getting once I get money to put into it is 2 Screw and 2 Dismal, so that's the G-Guards I'm running. And the really important thing that I've got is, as you saw me pull in the box opening, Demon Sea Queen Mareed. And Mareed is a fantastic card and will actually be involved in a couple of the combos today. So, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and let's get into it.
Threes that I love so dear, bring the power of a new era to me!
Alright guys, let's get on to the first combo of this video. This is the main combo of the deck, being the MistRose Break Ride Stride combo. What you're going to want to do is you want to have, obviously, your Night Mist Break Ride on Vanguard and be at 4 damage. I do run Limit Break Enablers in the deck to help with that on the off chance that I'm not at 4 damage, but it's best to be at 4 because you need the Counterblast. What you're going to want in your drop zone is, by guarding or intercepting the different units throughout the turn, you're going to want to have a grade 2 that's either Columbard, Negro Rook, or Ghoul Dragon, and preferably this grade 1 because his skill will go off without him having to be in Generation Break. You can also call Necro Bone, because his skill will work just the same. What you're going to want to do is, in your hand, you're going to want to have at least your Night Rose to Break Ride, a Columbard to call, and preferably your Tommy Brothers to stride. So what you're going to do is you're going to Break Ride your Night Rose, Superior call this column of Armin, who gains 3k, making him a 10k from his skill, and then an extra 5k from the from the Break Ride skill. And then you're going to call Negro Rook. Negro Rook will hollow, and also gain an extra 5 from the skill of your Break Ride. And after that, you are going to want to stride with this into one of the most used strides that I use most in the deck, even though most people only use this once. Ghosty Great King Obadiah. What Obadiah will do is, as soon as you stride on him, you will search out from your deck 3 units to put in your drop zone. Units I would suggest putting in there at this point are that one, definitely this one, and since you already have a Necro Rook right here, it would be the best to just add this Negro Lazy for more combos to go off. So all 3 of these will go to your drop zone. And since 2 of them, being the Cannoneer and the Negro Lazy, have the hollow ability, you can Superior call 1 normal ghosty unit behind Obadiah, which is used basically to send Granok to the drop zone so you can use his skills later. And then you'll activate the skill of Night Rose to Counterblast 1 Superior call unit from your drop. The unit you're going to want to call is Negro Bone right here. And that gives you a unit to boost the Columbard that you would already have. And when you do this, you can then start attacking and setting off your skills. You're going to have 3 Counterblast to work with this turn, because you already used 1 to get out this unit, And with 3 Counterblast, we can get off some really good combos. What you're going to do is you're going to boost with this Armin to attack with the Negro Rook. This Armin is at 15k because of his skill and the skill of the Break Ride. This Negro Rook is at 14k, but because it's attacking, it will gain an extra 7, putting it at 21 by itself. So the 21 and the 15 makes this a 36k column by itself, flat out. So that's going to take, if they're at 11k and you're attacking, they're going to either have to perfect guard it. If they throw out a G Guardian, they'll have to G Guard, which will boost them up to 31, and then throw out another 10k. So they're going to have to throw 3 10ks out of their hand. So that is a card loss of either 2 minimum, if they're perfect guard, 2 possibly from them G guarding, or 3 10ks. So it's going to take out a lot from their hand. And then you're going to boost with this Negro Rook and attack with this column. This is an 18k column because the Negro Rook, or the Negro Bone, I keep calling him Negro Rook, but because the Negro Bone will gain the extra 2 from Nightrose's skill. Meaning that this is an 18k column. So when you're swinging, you will counterblast 1 for Columbard's skill, 2 superior call Negro Lazy. Negro Lazy will be superior called right there. And when you do, you will activate Negro Lazy's skill by counterblasting 1 and soul blasting 1. The superior call behind him, your starter, Greenock. Greenock will gain an extra 2k from Negro Lazy's skill, and also will gain the skill of countercharge 1, soul charge 1 when it's put in the drop zone from Hollow. So after this attack resolves, you can activate the skill of Negro Bone by counterblasting 1, retiring, to go into your Negro Rook, which is a guaranteed extra 16k attack. So now that you have this, you're going to want to attack with your Negro Rook for an extra 16 to their Vanguard, or rear guard if you choose to, because it doesn't specify where he has to attack, if I remember correctly. Yep, as long as it attacks, it can just gain the extra 7, making it a 16. Then you will boost and attack with your Obadiah for a 33 to their Vanguard. You already made them drop a good amount because of the 33, or was it 36k column that was over here? So they might have already dropped their perfect guard if they're at a high damage amount already. Because the goal of this deck is you rush really early by, on your grade 2 turn, you want to have 2 grade 2s on the field to attack with a lot, because then you can just use them as intercept fodder to put them in your drop zone to help your combos. So you would attack with a 16k attack, and then you would go into your Obadiah. And when you attack with Obadiah, and you get your triggers, you would give any non-stand triggers to your Negro Lazy. If you happen to get a stand trigger, you can stand and swing again for another 21k attack. And then at the end, you would swing with this column, which without a trigger, you will normally be swinging for 16, I believe? 17. You would swing for 17k. But if you get 1 trigger in that drive check, which you most likely will, you will be swinging for the 22, which is another huge attack. So, all in all, you got 1 attack from the first Negro Rook, 1 from Columbard, 1 from the second Negro Rook, 1 from Obadiah, and 1 from Negro Lazy. If you get any stand triggers, that's another attack of equal, just huge. And occasionally, if you have another counterblast, you can pull off some more combos by, let's say you are at 5 damage instead of 4 when this happens. If you do, then with the column from Columbard right here, this column, the Columbard column here, what you can do to get an extra attack out, if you have the extra damage, is where you would normally just call the Negro Lazy and the Negro Rook, what you would do is you would counterblast 1, who superior call a, let's just say you would superior call the Negro Lazy right. Okay, look, what you'd have to have is you'd have to have an extra Columbard in your drop zone, and if you do, you can pull the skill. I forgot I didn't put 1 in there because I just remembered this combo. what you do is you would superior call your other Colombard here with that Colombard skill, and then you could retire him to call your Negro Lazy to then activate the skill of Negro Lazy to get your Granok right here. So then you would swing and counterblast again after you attack with this to get your Negro Rook. So that would give you an extra attack to possibly get rid of a pesky rear guard. I will be now moving on to the next combo. But just remember that if you are at GB2 already on the first stride turn, just from, say, using one of your G Guardians already, then when all this stuff retires, you can use Granok to countercharge 3 and soul charge 1 just from his normal skill of countercharging 2 when he dies, and the Negro Lazy skill that he gains. So that's countercharge 3, and then Night Rose's skill, GB2, you can use to send the top 3 cards of your deck to the drop zone to superior call something, and you can superior call back that Granok. And when you do, it'll be hollowed, and this is still the any return, so it's going to die once again. You will countercharge 2 more. So we're moving on to the next combo, the Marid combo. One moment. Alright guys, we're now on to the next combo for the deck, and that is the Marid turn combo. For this combo, this is the best thing to have set up on your field, and these are what you're going to want in your hand. Your drop zone, by the time you use this combo, is normally filled with units that you can use to pull off all of your skills. So that's normally not anything you're going to have to worry about, as you can see from the fact that you have all of the units here. But a really important units to have in there are Negro Rook, Negro Lazy, Negro Bone, and your starter. Besides, if there's any pesky rear guards you want to deal with, if you're not planning on finishing them off this turn, the Skeleton Cannoneer, which can also be used to get rid of an intercept. So what you're going to do is you're going to drop a grade 3 or your Stride Fighter to Stride and go into your Marid. When you do this, you will counter blast 1 for the skill of Night Rose, superior call something from your drop zone. When you do this, you will usually want to superior call. This is not really important what you superior call at this point. So what I found best to do is I'm going to superior call this Mick, which is going to be 6k, and I will give all of the power to Marid. So Marid by herself right now is a 36k unit. And then what you're going to do is you're going to activate Marid's skill by counterblasting 1, flipping 1 Marid over in your Chi zone, and discarding a card from hand. So what I'm going to discard actually is this Negro Rook. When you do, you can superior call that unit back. Oh wait, I see what I was doing wrong. You're going to drop this. When you do, you can call it. Either call this back to buff up your Marid if you don't think they have a perfect card to make it easier to hit them, because that would add a second 10k. Or what you can do if you think they do have a perfect guard, is call Negro Rook, or Negro Bone, I mean. I keep calling him that. And that's the strategy that I'm going to go with this time. And what you're going to do is you're going to call that, and then your Marid is going to gain 7k because of her skill. She gains the equal power of the unit that she called. And then from your hand you would call that Negro Rook that you had. What you're going to do now is you'll start by attacking with this column, which is he's a 16k attacker, then this unit is at 6k, so that's a 22k attack. And then you would attack here with this column. What would happen here is you would counterblast 1, and it's superior call Negro Lazy, and then you activate Negro Lazy skill as usual, Counterblast 1, Soul Blast 1 to get that other Ghosty family to add another 10k to your Vanguard. Now at the end of that fight, if you were absolutely dead on sure that they do not have a perfect guard, like if you've seen, if their hand is just 3 cards and it was their triple drive from last turn, and you know none of them was a perfect guard, what you would do is with the skill from Necrobone, when you counterblasted 1, you would retire and call out another, making the Ghosty family just to give her an extra 10k, make her even harder to hit, or make her hit even bigger. But the safer play is to just straight up go for your Negro Rook, once again, for another 16k attack. And then you can swing with your Negro Rook, and then attack with your Vanguard. Normally, this would just be the same as Obadiah, a 33k attack. But then she gained 7k from Negro Rook, or Bone. You see this? Do you see that I keep doing this? Negro Bone, putting her at 40k. Then the first Mick gave her an extra 10, making her 50k. And then the third Mick that we called the Mick over the Mick, brought her all the way up to 50k. Wait, no, 60k. So she's hitting for 60k by herself. And then if they can perfect guard that, and if they don't, they will most likely not be able to know past that. So then you would get a crit. So yeah, she would hit hard. And then if they did perfect guard it, you can add all your power here and swing with this column. That even without the trigger, because the Mick gains the extra 2 from Negro Lazy skill, that is a 15k attack. So that is that combo, and I'll be showing you one more combo that will help you get rid of pesky rear guards on your opponent's field. Alright, for the final combo that I'll be going over in this deck, what you're going to want to have is, in your hand, I'm going to have these. This guy can be in your drop zone, so this combo will still work if he's in your drop zone, or if this one's in your drop zone, either way. If one of them isn't in your hand, or on your field, but it's in the drop zone, that's fine. But you'll definitely need Stride Fodder. And in your drop zone, you're going to have a copy of this beautiful creature right here, Skeleton Cannoneer. What you're going to do is you are going to start off the turn by striding. Doesn't matter what you would go into, just because I never use him, and just to put him on the Vanguard circle, I'm going to go into Rum. Because if you hit, you can get another attack off. But he's never going to hit, ever. If you don't think they have a perfect guard, that's definitely a good card to go for. Otherwise, you can go for Obadiah and take out 3 non-trigger units and put them in your drop zone to thin out for triggers. But then what you're going to do is you're going to activate the on-stride skill of Night Rose. I have no idea why I do everything in my videos with one hand, because I have my other one. I just, for some reason, put my hand down, counter blast, pick my hand back up. I don't know why I do that. I think I do that in the actual, when I'm actually fighting too, I'm not sure. And then you would Superior Call either a Negro Lazy, or you can go for your Cannoneer. It all depends on how you feel like doing it, but I think it's best to go for your Cannoneer first. You go into your Cannoneer. Cannoneer skill will activate. You Hollow Cannoneer, and then Counterblast. You retire one of their rear guards of your choice, and then draw a card. And now you can call some units. What you're going to want to do is call these right here. And then, to make this attack it bigger, you can call this card that you just drew behind them if it's a grade 1 or grade 0. So you would attack with him. Well, I'm thinking about it, hold on. Oh yeah, I see what I did wrong. Okay, what you're going to want to do, guys, is basically, to make this combo go off, you want to call him during your turn. And you actually, it would be best to not have the unit, or not have a stride unit. You can either not have a stride unit, or just call him at the end of your turn. Because basically the way to get the 2 rear guards gone and the 2 extra cards in hand, you will Superior Call him from your drop zone. And whenever he dies, be it at the end of the turn due to hollow, or just dies from you retiring it to call something else, you can use Night Rose's skill to drop 3 cards from the top of your deck to your drop zone to call them again, counterblast again to kill something else on their field, and countercharge or counterblast and draw a card. So I know that last part was a little bit unprofessional, but I've never actually done a combo video, guys. So I don't know if this is actually what was requested. I assumed that this is what you wanted, but I would enjoy some feedback of if I was doing this correctly, as aware of the format of the video you were wanting. But that's going to be it for today, guys. I will be doing a local tournament on Sunday. The first local tournament I've actually been going to be able to go to, because I normally don't have time because of school and band. But I've got a request that I'll be doing a fight video of my Deleter deck that I just released a profile on recently. And I might do a tournament video. Just, I know a lot of Cardfight YouTubers do them, where you just talk about the tournament update video that ever happened. But that's going to be it for today, guys. If you have any suggestions, or if there was any more decks that you've seen as profile that you would like to either see in a card fight or see a combo video for, just feel free to tell us in the description. If there's any clan that you would like to see us make a budget deck for, we will definitely do our best to do that, because that's our main thing. That's what we do, guys. No worries, what we do. I have a couple budget deck ideas on the way. And that's going to be it for today, guys. Remember to leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. It has been Takeo Wife from Team Cardfighters United. Out.